Story today. It's called Two Marjories, Keepers of the Land. And there's some words in there that you might not be familiar with, so we're going to go over them now, okay? The first word is familiar, glamorous, memories, imagination, and creating. Okay, so all together, let's say the first word. Familiar. Good.
Okay.
Second word?
Glamorous.
Good. Third one?
Memories.
Little louder, guys.
Imagination.
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 Creating. Okay. Sean, can you say the first word for me?
Say it together, Lydia.
Backpack.
Sound it out.
Forever.
No, we familiar.
Familiar.
Good. Okay. Brandon?
Glamorous.
Good. Danielle?
Memories.
One more time.
Memories.
Good. Okay. Andre?
Imagination.
Okay. Sydney?
Creating.
Creating. Good. Okay. And Antonio? Stand it out. Familiar. Okay. And let's talk about what these words mean. The word familiar, can anyone describe what that word means, Sydney?
It means that you recognize someone.
Recognize someone?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's a
That
good.
would go to your school.
That's right. They look familiar to you, right? Anybody else? Brandon?
Familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you see someone walking and you know them,
Mm-hmm.
like you've seen them somewhere before.
Yes, exactly. Do you want to use it in a sentence for me?
When you see someone somewhere,
They look.
just alike.
Oh, well, let's use the word familiar in a sentence.
I know.
Sean?
I went to the baseball field and I'm familiar that I saw Brandon at the park at the baseball.
Right. You went to the baseball field and Brandon looked familiar.
Uh-huh.
Right, because you recognized him.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
at the baseball.
That's good. Danielle, you want to try?
Yeah. When I went to Ohio,
Uh-huh.
I recognized my grandpa.
He looked familiar to me. Right? Okay, good. Glamorous. Anybody want to take a crack at glamorous? What do you think it means, Brandon?
Someone that looks pretty.
Yes, it's very, someone that looks very exciting and...
Miss Harp
Uh-huh.
looks glamorous.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Maybe movie stars and magazines look glamorous, right? Okay. Memories. Sydney?
It means remember something.
Yeah. Something from the past. That's right. What do you think it means?
My memory was when my grandma Denise died.
Right. Okay. That's a good example.
I
Danielle?
remember when I was playing soccer with my brother.
Mm-hmm. Can you use that word in a sentence, Danielle? Memories?
I was playing soccer with my brother and he won.
Okay. Let's use the word, let's make sure we include it in the sentence.
I forgot how to do that.
That's okay. Maybe somebody else could help us out. Sean?
I remember that I got free Hoko at my baseball field.
That was a good memory.
That's why I did get free Hoko. I was there.
Okay, guys. Brandon, do you want to try to use memories in a sentence?
I remember my aunt died.
Okay. And that was a sad memory for you?
Yes.
Right? That's how we're using the word in a sentence.
I
How
was
we get
little
names.
though.
Okay. Okay. Let's move on to imagination. What do you think imagination means? Antonio?
When you imagine something in your head.
Right. You see pictures in your mind? Yes, Sydney?
I'm gonna do something that
Put your tongue
about
down.
the
Put your tongue down.
animals
Your tongue doesn't roll in
that
the
live in
last time you said
saltwater.
word.
Okay. You imagine them.
What?
You imagine. You're using your imagination,
What?
right? When you think about them in the water.
No, your
Okay,
tongue's going
good.
up. And you say,
Good, Sean.
I was imagining that I
tongue's
was
going up. It's down.
a guy that can talk to fish and
Put your tongue down. Your tongue's up.
and I can communicate with all the animals in the sea.
Okay. And then you're using your imagination to create that story, right? Okay.
That's a
Danielle?
I'm ready. I see dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
It's not real.
No.
They look real.
Andre?
And then I imagine at the island
You do.
there's some buried treasure.
Mm-hmm. You're imagining things, but the word here is imagination is something that you use, right? You use your imagination to create something in your mind, right?
Hey,
Okay.
that's the new word.
That leads us to our next word, creating. Creating. Sydney?
That you can create a machine like a spaceship.
Okay. So when you create something, you
Make something.
make something, right? Good. Hey, Danielle?
You can create a fish by steel metal.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
Okay. Antonio?
You can be an artist and make sculptures.
Right, you can create different sculptures. Okay, that's good. Okay, so these are all of our vocabulary words. We're going to start reading the story, and when we come across one of our vocabulary words, we're going to give a little wave because I want to make sure you recognize these new words that we just learned, okay? So everybody, let's open up to page 1. Okay, just open up to the cover. I want you to look at the first page here. It says table of contents. Have you guys ever seen a table of contents in the beginning of a book before?
Yes.
Yeah? So a table of contents, if we want to find information quickly in our book, we just go to the first page, look at the table of contents, and whatever information we want to find out, it'll tell us what page number it's on. So we don't have to flip through the book and just guess. We can look and see, okay, if we want to learn about Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings, we just go to page 4. Right? So it's sort of like a shortcut when you're looking for information in your book. Okay, now I'll turn the page to page 2. Page 2, Sean. Here we go. Back it up. Okay. Now at the top here, it says it's the introduction. Right? The introduction is going to tell us what? Antonio?
What the story's about.
Right, what the story's about. So this, you could call this the structure of the story. Okay, the structure of the text of the story. Okay? And when you, if you turn to page 4, then it'll talk about Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings.